So, what is law? The law basis is actually the Constitution. The law we set it can't go against the provisions of the Constitution, and actually, the law regulates your social behavior and activities. So, what is rule of law? The rule of law means enjoys the highest authority in those countries in the society which is governed by the rule of law. No one can commit an act which would constitute a legal wrong or affect a person's liberty. All persons must comply with the law of this land. It actually is protecting the people's basic rights and freedom from the interference of the government or improper influence from the rich and powerful. So actually, everyone has the right to seek protection through the courts with unbiased judges. And importance. So no person should violate the law or affect the personal freedom of others unless there's a legal basis. And actually, the rule of law is used to protect the weak against the bullies, and ensure that everyone can live with safety and dignity and having a peaceful living environment. So also it provides us a fairer society and a more favorable business environment. Because we have a fair competition with clear and strict regulations which causes us as an international financial center. And Hong Kong is actually a city that upholds the rule of law. So, and the major principles are equal before the law, judicial independence, fair and open trial, the power of the government is limited by law, and protection of people. All are equal before the law. So all Hong Kong residents, which whether they are rich or poor, are protected by the law, and they have right to seek justice. Anyone who breaks the law will be according to the law and be penalized, no matter you're rich or poor. So fair and open trial. You have a presumption of innocence before you're proven guilty. And if you are dissatisfied with the judgment, you can appeal against it. So we can see this. This is what we have some tribunals, and here are some courts. Then we can go for the court of final first instance, or maybe we can go to court of appeal and the court of final appeal. What is judicial independence? So Article 2 and 19 means that the judiciary included that the final adjudication must be independent of its executives and legislative bodies. We have to obey and respect these judicial decisions. Safeguard means the appointment of judges, financial security, and institution independence. Article 10 of the Universal Declaration for Human Rights means that everyone is entitled in fair equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal. Article 14 bracket 1 of the ICCPR. Everyone should be equal before the courts and tribunals. Why we need judicial independence? Because if not, the government and legislature will seek to influence by controlling the appointment and removal of judges, and also the wealthy will try to bribe them. So this is why. And also, the power of the government shall be limited by law because of the French Revolution at that time, and that's an absolute monarchy. So later on, so the people, they want to have a constitutional monarchy, so they want to limit the power of the government. So the decisions and the power of the government shall have a legal basis. They need to act according to law. If not, the government may violate the law at any time and make all kinds of policies at will, and which may harm people's rights. For example, officers of the judicial organs are all empowered by law. They're officers, and also administrative organs. They are having forming and implementing policies and preparing government budgets, but they need to submit it to LECO for approval and discussion. And also, the procedures for selection and voting for members of LECO are clearly stipulated in the basic law. So, in the Legislative Council, all council members should be Hong Kong permanent residents with Chinese nationality. extend those 12 functional constituencies. So we have 19 members. We have like 20 geographical, 30 functional, and 40 election. So actually we should allow the non-Chinese to participate by amending this legislative code ordinance and proof. But what we need to do is to provide relevant information to the public and protection of human rights. The law must comply with the standard of the basic human rights. So a citizen may take legal actions before the court if he or she thinks that the government acts something like public institution and decision has broken the law and harms the interests of the person and general public. So, what is the reasons for requesting this so-called judicial request? If this is illegal, reasonable, and proper procedures, so that the government will review that whether it's lawful or unreasonable, and even if the court disagrees, it has no right to interfere because they need to respect this so-called final adjudication.